What's up everyone, this is K Collections. One of the most anticipated events will arrive at the end of this month. Fate Apocrypha Collaboration, can't wait. With that, the great Greek hero Achilles will finally arrive for NA. Been waiting for his banner for a very long time. Too bad I'm all out of Saint Quartz. I'll go over his stats, skills, give some CE and team recommendations to see if you should summon him. Achilles has the 3rd highest attack stat out of the 5-star riders, just below Ozzy but higher than Ivan. HP is towards the lower half, matching Iskandar's HP. NP gains are decent. With an Arts Quick Arts Brave chain, you can gain about 30% NP charge, around 25% with an Arts Quick Brave. That will give you some stars to use for next turn as well. Star gens are average, coming at around 18 to 20 stars with a Buster Quick. Keep in mind, these stats are without buffs, CEs, crits, or overkills. Achilles may look average in numbers, but his abilities is what makes him insanely consistent. Active skills focuses on a variety of things. It'll help with his NP gains, damage, crit roll, and some nice defensive utility. First skill should be your priority to max out. It's safe to say Quick is the lifeblood of Achilles. You need to strengthen the effects as well as reducing the skill cooldown. A 2-turn downtime makes him extremely consistent. The boost in Quick will allow him to generate more stars so that he can crit more often, therefore dealing more damage in the process, as well as charging his MP in order to use his MP to create more stars so he can crit more often, dealing more damage while charging his MP, resulting in more stars, and what you have is basically a loop of effects. So the first skill, very important. His second skill is a 2-hit invincibility. Think of it as a superior version of Ku Alter's evade skill. This can be combined with his taunt to protect your team from single target NPs. Now the 30% NP battery is connected to the skill, so you have to plan ahead on which is more beneficial for battle. Charge his NP early or save it to protect your team. Now if the enemy has a longer charge gauge compared to your cooldowns, then obviously you don't have to worry about it. Just know Achilles will get attacked if you use his 3rd skill as an NP battery. The increase in NP gains will give a tremendous boost to his charge. If you perform an Arts Quick Arts Brave chain, he can now charge close to 40% NP, and a bit more if you use his Quick buff. His 3rd skill should be the next priority. It allows him to spam his NP or use it at a faster rate, to be more specific. Again, that leads to more stars and loop of crit attack. His Noble Phantasm is very simple. It's an AoE with a quick buff prior to damage. Doesn't look like much, but it's extremely useful. It generates a good amount of stars within an NP Quick Brave chain. Achilles can generate 40 to 50 stars no problem. He'll also have a decent NP refund, depending on the number of enemies he hits. Damage-wise, it's a bit lower than Drake, but still effective. I will say you will benefit a lot by increasing his NP level, especially if you want to perform the 3-turn farming with double Scotty. Around NP 3 is the sweet spot, but that doesn't mean he's useless at NP 1. Imaginary Around is the highest recommended craft essence because of how reliant he is on quicks. A 25 to 30% boost in quick will help drastically. You can go for crit damage as well, because trust me, he's going to crit like a lot. Increasing NP strength isn't bad, especially when fighting waves of high HP enemies, like Boss Rush Quest for example. Angular will be out this year's Halloween event. It basically helps with all 3 of the mentioned benefits. Now you can also increase his NP gains. His Noble Phantasm is how he'll generate significant amount of stars for you to use. I personally prioritize his Quick as well, so Tranquility is perfect because it'll boost both his arts and Quick. Trifuss will be an event item during the Apocrypha event, so you'll have this max limit broken. Crit damage and NP gains will support his role, and a few extra stars every turn will certainly help. Team builds, you need quick supporters. Achilles is self-sufficient enough in all areas, so you'll need to enhance his strengths further. Quick buffs are the priority. There are a lot of quick supporters: Ishtar, Atalanta, Maid Alter, Alexander, the list goes on. Typically, what you want are servants with lower star waste. This way, they aren't competing with Achilles over the stars. Atalante Alter is great. She can buff his Quick. Not only that, she can increase her own star weight for 1 turn if you ever want her to take the crit damaging role. What's great is that the effects won't last long, so she won't interfere with Achilles once the turn ends. Her Berserker class allows her to face any class of enemies, specifically casters, since you are using Achilles. Being single target makes her quite the boss killer as well. 2 crit supporters are Caesar and Santa Alter, both providing similar buffs: increased star gen, crit damage, NP damage, while being able to provide some stars with their NPs. Helena is a strong supporter for Achilles. She can generate passive stars for a few turns, plus her low star weights won't interfere with his absorption. She can boost all command cards while charging his NP by 20%, combining with his own NP battery. That's 50% off the bat. His teacher is another solid choice, although both will have relatively high star weights. Chiron can buff the party's crit damage while also providing up to 15 stars for the turn. Like Helena, he can buff all command cards. Now, we all know that Skadi is the goddess of quick supports. She just makes Achilles insanely better and by far is the best support you can use. I'm sure what you're looking for is that famous 3-turn Achilles farming or how to make him overpowered. I'm going to break that down for you right now. I'll be honest, it's a very high investment. For 3-turn farming, you'll need a max limit broken case scope. You could sort of get away with a non-max limit broken one, but you'll need a 3rd MP charger to help, like a waiver, for example. Most importantly, you'll need a Skadi yourself so you can use a double Skadi setup. Basically, you'll use all 3 quick buffs from the start and then use his MP, which will wipe out the first wave. Second wave is where you can use your imagination. You'll also have to adjust your strategy a bit if things don't work out. I've seen different combinations. Skadi's 50% NP charge and his own 30% charge should be enough to reach 100% if your NP refund from the last turn was good. If not, then you have to use an alternative to charge the remaining, like another servant or something. Depending on the second wave, he'll either overkill them all, or if there's a high HP enemy like a demon for example, which you actually want sometimes, so he can finish it off with crit damage, therefore charging his NP by a lot. Third wave, use both Skadi's defense debuff, charge another 50%, and swap one of them out for another support like Helena. Your order may be different if you couldn't charge enough NP gauge on earlier waves, but the end result is that you want both Skadi's to use their defense debuff on the final wave. So yeah, heavy investments is not something everyone can do, and I said this before, you want Achilles to have higher NP levels to increase his damage. Now, even with one Skadi, and let's say even without Skadi, yes, you'll lose out on a huge support and a lot of potential for Achilles, but there are alternatives you can use. You may not be able to 3-turn farm, but you can get pretty damn close. Servants like Waver, Helena, and other quick supporters that I mentioned can make do, so I don't want you to think Achilles is an absolutely useless servant without Skadi. He'll be at his strongest with her, yes, but he's still an amazing servant as long as you can provide alternative support. My final thoughts on Achilles. He's an excellent servant. Now, he may be less desirable because of the quick roll, which has always been weaker than the other two. Because of that, Achilles may require more support, not because of weaknesses. He has no weaknesses. Well, except for that damn heal, but he needs support to enhance his strengths. Enter Skadi, which is why her presence has helped a few servants jump tiers. Dantes and X-Alter, for example. But let's take Skadi out of the equation because this is about Achilles, not her. Just know Skadi makes him even better. End of story. Achilles is extremely self-sufficient. He can support his own crit roll, possessing a high star weight due to his class, being able to generate good amount of stars consistently, and has good NP charge, which allows him to generate even more stars from the attack, and basically have the loop of effects I mentioned earlier. He also has good survivability thanks to his 2-hit invincibility, which increases defense as a backup. His taunt also serves as a team-saving tactic you can use. So he really doesn't have too many weaknesses. It's really only Quicks being less desirable at the moment. One can say he deals lower NP damage in comparison to other AoE riders, going back to him benefiting a lot more from higher NP levels. Overall, Achilles is a great servant, excellent for farming due to his NP battery and AoE, which sets him up for next turn with stars. Due to his crit roll and survivability, he's amazing at facing break bar bosses. Now, I will say he isn't an OP servant, but Achilles is definitely one of the top servants in the game, and getting your own Skadi will elevate him even higher. So at the end, if you have the Saint Quartz that is, Achilles is worth summoning for. But what are your thoughts? Also, are you Team Red or Team Black? Comment down below. A tremendous thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon or channel membership. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Fates content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day, everyone. Till next time.